All right. This changes everything for Barca.
Rodri.
Rodri! 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 Rodri!
Roderick.
Say Roderick.
Rodri, best player at the tournament, Adidas Golden Ball.
Anthony Gordon.
Gordon opens up.
Oh my gosh.
Karim Adeyemi.
Adeyemi quick. Pass Kepa, look out. He scored on the counter.
Barcelona have been working very hard in the transfer market. They've gone out and brought in players that they felt improved the squad. But do these signings fix the bigger issues with the club? And if they do, how good can this Barcelona team become?
Shout out Ped, man. Go to videos.
Now, in the previous Barcelona video that I made, I had a little bit more of a pessimistic view over the team. But in this video, I want to look at the team from a positive framework. I want to look at what can happen if all the stars align. How good can they become? And a big part of that optimism obviously comes because of the Rodri news. This guy all summer was twerking for Real Madrid, and then out of nowhere, news came out that he wants to go to Barca.
Real Madrid appeared to be the likely destination for Rodri, but now another club has come in with interest, and it's not just any club, because Real Madrid,
Biggest club in the world.
all about this one. It's Barcelona, and Barcelona have entered the fray to try and sign Rodri. If he doesn't sign a new contract at Manchester City and then Man City decide that they are going to sell, it's thought that Barcelona have got a degree of confidence that he might choose Barcelona over Real Madrid.
And this is a huge pull because number one, it strengthens Barca's midfield. You're getting the best holding midfielder in the world. Obviously, he's going to raise the ceiling of your club. But secondly, it also improves Barca by actively, at the same time, weakening Real Madrid. Because if you went to Real Madrid, that would have been their best signing of the summer. Forget Diomande, Marco Correa. A midfielder was what this team needed. Someone in the middle of the park that could slow the game down, dictate the tempo, do exactly what he did for Spain at the World Cup. And now he's coming to Barcelona. And yes, the midfield is not really a position where Barcelona needed a ton of reinforcement. But at the end of the day, you're never going to say no to a guy that just came out of the World Cup as a World Cup winner and the best player of the tournament. Though I do believe he scammed Messi, but still, he's been...
Scam Messi is kind of crazy. He, in my opinion, was the best player of the tournament, bro. Every tackle, perfect. Every pass, perfect. Every decision, perfect, bro. Rodri was the fucking engine running that Spanish team. Without Rodri, I don't think they would have won the World Cup. Maybe. But he was like such a huge part of it. How good he did against France. Oh my gosh. His match against France was fucking amazing. And he did really good against Argentina in the final as well. Rodri's just so good, bro.
So good for Spain in 2 international tournaments. He was so good for Manchester City. A lot of people thought that he wouldn't reach the heights that he reached during his Ballon d'Or year because of the injury he got. But he showed that no, he's still the top dog when it comes to that number 6 position. And now he can play with Pedri. And I understand that this double pivot didn't work at the international level, at least not at the high level that everybody thought. People are going to say it's because Pedri was fatigued at the World Cup, which is true. But even during the Euros, when Pedri got injured, I thought that Rodri and Fabian Ruiz looked much better.
They did, but if you look, who made a big ass impact in the final? Pedri when he came on. When he came on, he was moving, bro. Him and Rodri together were moving. It's just like, I don't know, something was off about Pedri this tournament, for sure. For sure, bro.
Said that was a different coach and a different system. De La Fuente's 4-2-3-1 does not operate in the same way that Hansi Flick's 4-2-3-1 does. Plus, at club level, they will have a lot more time to gel together and understand each other's patterns. In fact, that's what makes the Rodri signing so good, is that if you look at his minutes, Rodri has already played so many minutes with the current Barca guys. A lot of it has obviously come from players that he's played with on the Spain national team, but he's also played with Joao Cancelo at Manchester City. So it's a great pickup. He can be a mentor for Marc Bernal. It's good to have him there because is, yes, Pedri and De Jong are an unbelievable double pivot. We've seen how good
Fucking
they can
beautiful.
be. But number one, Frankie De Jong is already injured going into the season. Number
Yeah, I
two,
forgot about
Rodri is significantly better than De Jong. Just the physicality that he brings helps Barca defensively. He's much better in duels and winning aerial battles than Frankie De Jong. He can also pop up with an important goal here and there. De Jong
His shooting is
basically only
fucking
really better
insane.
than him at carrying the ball, and in certain positions he might do something a little
fucking
bit better.
crazy.
But overall, Rodri is obviously a significant upgrade over Frankie. But now, if there's also an injury anywhere, you're not going to see that big of a drop off in quality. You can play Rodri with De Jong. You can play Pedri with Rodri. You can play Pedri with De Jong. And for the people worried about Marc Bernal, I mean, who better to learn from than a guy who was very much the best in his position for our generation?
Bro, people gotta understand, Marc Bernal isn't really a CDM. He got converted to that very recently. He's more of a attacking midfielder, fucking regular CM cam type of player. He's not a CDM, bro. He very recently got converted into CDM and had to fucking... He's been doing pretty good, but he still has a lot to learn about the role that he has to play there.
Like there was Sergio Busquets, now there's Rodri. And Rodri has hit peaks that not many holding midfielders have. Ballon d'Or, best player of the Euro 2024 tournament, best player of the World Cup. So it's a great pickup, and he'll do wonders for the team even though he's not a striker or center back. The second reason that Barca fans should be optimistic is Hansi Flick. As long as this guy is the manager of the club, you have no reason not to be confident in him. Ever since he's come in, he's overachieved with this team. On paper, every single season Real Madrid have looked better, and every single season they went trophyless. Meanwhile, Hansi Flick has actually never gone a season as a manager trophyless. He's never lost a cup final.
He's so good,
he's
bro.
not perfect. I don't want to overly glaze him. Yes, there are some tactical weaknesses in his setup. Sometimes he takes too many risks. But overall, he's unbelievable at what he does. And that's been proven by Barca's trophy cabinet in the past few seasons. Nobody had them winning this stuff. In fact, going into every single season, people downplayed what they could achieve. And yet he continued to keep winning. So when you have him in charge, someone who's made every single player better, you start to have more faith in the new signings, even if they obviously have some big question marks around them.
Hansi Flick has brought the best out in so many of our players. Look at Rafinha. Rafinha was actually doing alright against Xavi. If you pay attention to the role he was playing, he was doing what he needed to do. But under fucking Hansi, bro, Rafinha's a machine. Like, he's a fucking machine, bro. He fits his system so good. Rafinha, and then Lamine. He's just amazing. He could fit any system. I'm so dead ass right now. I'm glazing the fuck out of him. And Lewandowski is good. He was good to come drop back every now and then. And then Ferran Torres off the bench. And Pedri's just Pedri, bro. Hit the double pivot with him and Frankie. Like, that ass. When they were healthy, them two. And now they're Olmo or Firmino in front of them, bro. Fuck. Low blocks. Stick Olmo there. Mid or high. Stick fucking Firmino. Like, bro. There was always a plan. It was so good. And then, oh my gosh. The offside trap in his first season, I thought was going to win us everything, but yeah.
What's stopping a player from Anthony Gordon from having a Ferran Torres type transformation? Because if you guys remember, Ferran Torres had no interest in him from outside clubs before Hansi Flick came in. He changed the guy's life. Now PSG, a club that's won back-to-back Champions Leagues, wanted him. Why can't he do the same thing with Anthony Gordon? Same thing with Karim Adeyemi. Of course, even Flick has been aware of Adeyemi's weaknesses and he wants to raise the standards of the club.
Oh, Karim, many things were not so good, so this is what I can say. I think he has more potential to show his strengths, but he's also in the first week in the training, so it's normal. But
he needs time to adjust.
I see Karim much better. So with his speed, with his also with his quality for finishing, it's good to see that. But at the end, he has a lot of potential, and I think also that he can give us a lot.
But this guy's improved everybody. You look at Gerard Martin. Everybody, including myself, downplayed what that guy was doing.
Oh my gosh, I used to be the biggest fucking hater of him, bro. He used to be so shit, and now he's so, like, amazing. I'm surprised he didn't go to World Cup. I used to be, like you had no idea how much I would hate on this fool. Like, I would talk shit on this guy so much, bro. Oh, I wanted him out of the club for a while. Then he started playing under Hansi. Gerard fucking Maldini. That's what he is, bro. He's amazing. I love him. I wish I could give him a big old fucking smooch right now. Like, you have no idea.
I thought he was only playing because he had something on Hansi Flick, his nudes or blackmailing him with something. That's why he was constantly in the starting 11. But as time has gone by, Flick can laugh at all of us because he transformed Gerard Martin into this solid-ass center back who every time he starts, Barca continued to win games. So what's stopping him from transforming Adeyemi into this direct outlet that can score goals?
Fucking nothing.
I'm not saying he'll be Rafinha because obviously Rafinha at Leeds was significantly better than any version of Adeyemi. But I'm just saying when you've seen Flick transform these players, you have a lot of optimism no matter who is coming into the squad. And that's why I think even without a striker signing, Flick can find a way. Whether it's Danny Olmo as a false nine, whether it's Gordon converted into a striker. Because he did play in that role before at Newcastle. And
Yeah, I've
he
seen
played
that
really
before.
well there. He didn't score a ton of goals, but keep in mind he was playing for a Newcastle side that finished in the second half of the table. It's not the same as having chances created for you by Lamine Yamal, Danny Olmo, Pedri. So
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Gordon and Firmino's runs together, and then Lamine with his creativity. Pedri too, bro. Ooh, baby. This is gonna be some season, bro. Like, you have no idea how excited I am for La Liga to start. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
as long as Flick is on the touchline, Barca fans will always have a reason to be optimistic about their club's future. The other factor that I want to look at is the sustainability in the locker room. One of the few benefits of not making a ton of signings is that you keep the community in your locker room very close-knit because everybody's been there, they know each other, there's a sense of community, as opposed to like what Chelsea have done and Liverpool have done in the past, which is bring in a ton of players. Let me compare that to Real Madrid. Now, I've made a ton of videos hyping Real Madrid, and that's because that's the mood around them. Whenever a club makes a ton of new signings, the potential seems endless, especially when they bring in a bunch of defenders to fix their defensive issues.
Yes,
they
bro.
bring in a young attacker.
I hope Marino succeeds, but then again, I want Barca to win everything, bro. I love Mourinho. I love signings he's made, except for Dumfries. He could go fuck himself. Cucurella is amazing. Diamande, brilliant. Like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings.
And Diomande, you feel like they can achieve anything. But the downside to that is that winning in the transfer market doesn't always correlate to winning on the pitch. We've seen that with Real Madrid before. We saw that last
Oh my
year with
gosh, what the
Liverpool
fuck is
when
that
they brought in
picture?
Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike, Frimpong, all of these guys to a team that had just won the Premier League, and they actually got worse. And I mentioned that in my Barcelona video that I was being more negative.
They didn't just get worse. They were one of the worst teams I've ever fucking seen, bro. Liverpool were so shit. Like, see if I can pull this up. You guys want to see this run of games from end of September to beginning of November. Okay, look. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed when I show you this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches, 3 wins, and 7 losses. They're terrible, bro.
About that just because Real Madrid won in the transfer market, that doesn't mean they'll win.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Bernardo Silva. He's amazing, bro. He's so fucking good. Oh, bro.
But the biggest issue with Madrid that I don't think Barca have is there's no egos in the Barca locker room. All the players are very close to each other, whether it's from spending time together at La Masia or whether it's spending time together on the national team. There's a very close-knit community. These guys all know each other, are all comfortable with each other. At Real Madrid, there are still 2 guys in the team that punched each other the season before.
That's true. These shits are so funny, bro.
You still have the ego clashes between Mbappe, Vinny, and Bellingham. You have a bunch of players who might have honestly just gone there for the money, like Bernardo Silva. He was close to joining Barca and then suddenly went to Real Madrid. You have a manager
he could have joined
who's
us.
very high risk, high reward. Yes, when Mourinho's teams are winning, that us versus them mentality can help them achieve a lot of great things. But that kind of fire also means if they lose a couple of games in a row, there will be destruction in the locker room. Players will turn on each other. They won't listen to Mourinho. At Barca, you don't have that. First of all, these guys get rid of any raw apples. Perfect example being Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. There's a reason the club is paying like 90% of his wages just to keep him away from the locker room at Ajax.
Yeah.
And that's because of all the reports that came out that Ter Stegen was leaking stuff to the media, that he wasn't joining the celebrations when they won La Liga in 2025 because he didn't feel like he was a part of the squad. All of those rumors came out to be true, and Barca kicked him away. It's the same thing that happened with Frankie de Jong. I am very confident that a big reason for the Rodri signing was because of the reports that were coming out that Flick was not happy with de Jong's attitude. Apparently, he asked him to come in as a sub, and de Jong basically refused. Barca don't play around with that. They're not going to keep players that don't want to be at the club. So yes, Real Madrid's transfer window has been exciting, a lot of great players, and they might go on to do amazing things. But Barca have a sustainability in their squad, in their locker room that those guys don't have. Even the Ferran Torres situation, that's him beefing with management. It's not him beefing with his teammates. He's not punching anybody because Barca didn't extend him or come to the negotiation table. It's between him and Laporta, not between him and the guys in the squad. Now, the last reason for Barca fans to be optimistic is that their squad is very good when they're all healthy. I talked about this in a previous Barca video that it's a little bit unrealistic and unsustainable to hope that all the stars align, that all of the best players...
Oh my gosh, we always have so many injuries, bro. I don't know why, but it's so shit. Our injury problem is so fucking bad. Hopefully, it can get fixed soon, bro. Because that's just like, I'm tired of dealing with this shit. It's Javi twice, 2 seasons, bro.
on Barca
So buns.
are healthy and playing at the top level. And I still do believe that. But when they are, this starting 11, even with Ferran Torres up front or an Anthony Gordon, they're still really, really good. I mean, look at the goalkeeper position. That's the one position where Barca have it locked down for the next decade. Joan Garcia is fantastic. He's so good on the ball with his feet, elite shot stopper, and he's so young. He's playing in a position where you only get better with age, and he was already vital to Barca winning La Liga. So they're set there. If Flick can get Balde playing like 2025 Balde again,
What fucking Lamin's bicep looks big as shit here. What the fuck?
the left back spot is sorted. Balde's pace and power will help a ton, especially in the Champions League and carrying the ball forward. At right back, if Jules Koundé remembers how to play football again, he's a good right back. We saw it when he scored the winner in the Copa del Rey. We saw it when he was locking down players and getting hat-tricks of assists in the Champions League. And if he doesn't do it, well, Joao Cancelo can help a ton. He can offer more creativity, especially against those haram low blocks. Then you have Cubarsí and Gerard Martin. If those guys can do the job, then Barca's backline is fine. I would actually argue that a lot of the goals that Barca concede have nothing to do with the individual quality of the defenders, but rather because of Flick's tactical setup.
System,
So if Flick can adjust things, maybe be a little bit more pragmatic in certain games, there's nothing stopping that back line from actually being good. Then the midfield, I mean, it's stacked now. Take your pick. Pedri and Rodri are fantastic.
Oh my
Pedri
gosh.
and De Jong are fantastic. De Jong and Rodri are good. Nobody is touching the ball against that Barca midfield. Their opponents will just run around like a chicken with their head cut off. Then in the number 10 spot, if Olmo and Fermin Lopez stay healthy for the whole season, you got 2 guys that can slice up defenses in different ways.
Hey, don't forget. We could also stick Rafinha or Lamine in that spot. You've seen what Lamine could do there. You've seen what Rafinha could do there. It's beautiful, bro.
You have Fermin Lopez, who's better with long shots and he's more direct. Meanwhile, Olmo is this silky guy in between the lines. I don't think it's a coincidence that Olmo plays so good for the Spain national team. A big reason for that is because Rodri's right behind him. And now Rodri's at Barca, so we might see an even better version of Olmo. His goal scoring and assist numbers are crucial, just like Fermin Lopez is it. And then you have the wingers, Rafinha and Yamal. The reason Barca fans were frustrated last season is because Rafinha was injured in the business end of the season. It's not because he's a bad player. Everybody knows how good this Barca team is when Yamal is healthy, playing those balls into Rafinha. Even without a striker, even without a Julian Alvarez, this team can still do very well. That front three of Gordon, Adeyemi and Yamal can penetrate any defense. I'm not saying they're going to win the Champions League, and frankly, I don't think that should be the only factor that we look at to determine if a season was successful. But you also have to keep in mind that goal scoring was not the reason this team was eliminated by Inter. They scored a ton of goals in that game. They just conceded even more. Same thing against Atletico Madrid.
2
fucking
minutes, man.
Like Yamal to create on the left-hand side. But if Rafinha was healthy, they would have had...
Yeah, bro. Because, bro, Lamine was basically playing on his own against Madrid. If you've seen that shit, he was on his own. Rashford was having terrible time. Lamine was... If it weren't for Lamine, we wouldn't put up a fight at all. I don't think Lamine and Joan Garcia, bro. Those two are just,
had somebody that can do
they
damage,
save us
and that
so
way you all
much.
wouldn't have gone triple team, quadruple team, because that would have left Rafinha open. So yes, I'm not the biggest fan of Ferran Torres. I still think this team needs a striker, and in the future, another left winger who has the capabilities like Yamal to create on his own. But when everybody's healthy, this team is still very good. The problem is, how often is that going to happen? Are players like Gavi and Bernal going to be healthy and available when Barca get into the round of 16, into the quarterfinals of the Champions League? We know this team is good enough to win La Liga, and I don't want to downplay winning the league. But if they want to get to that next level, they need some big signings. Having said that, like all the factors that I mentioned earlier, there's still a lot of room for optimism around the squad. They can still make a deep run in the Champions League. They can still dominate the league even better than before. So while their piece is missing, there's a lot of reasons to still be excited about Barca. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you will love this one too. Check it out right here.
Shut up, Ed, man. I always have to go to videos. Fucking amazing. Bro. I like to be optimistic about this shit. If we sign Rodri, bro, it's gonna be such a good time to be a Barca fan. That's all I'm gonna say. YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Kick and Twitch in the description if you want to catch this live. See you guys. Deuces.